Hi everyone, my name is Andre and this is episode 6 of Mobility for Surfers for the Surf Simply Surf Training Program. Today I'm gonna show you a mobility flow, okay? We're gonna start showing you each move kind of slow, and then I'm gonna go through the flow using only 1 or 2 breaths for each move. Now, this is what's beautiful about this flow. We're gonna work on our hips, our hamstrings, calves, upper body, doing twists, okay? And it's gonna also relieve our low back. There's a little bit of ankle mobility in there when I go into child's pose. You're gonna see which moves feels a little tighter for you or it feels really good for you, and you're gonna keep that a little bit longer than the rest. Or maybe you love it and you just wanna stay there a little longer. So for each move, you can really stay there for only 1 breath, or you can stay there for 5 breaths, okay? You're gonna see how it feels in your body. My recommendation is to stay a little longer on those ones where you feel a little bit tighter, because those are probably the stretches that you're gonna need the most. So today, if you want and if you have some blocks, the moves are made easier with blocks underneath your hands. They're not 100% necessary, but if you have some and you want to make it a little easier, then you're going to use the blocks, okay? And I'll show you when I use the blocks, okay? When you would use the blocks, which is more or less almost on everyone, but not everyone. Okay, so we're going to begin with child's pose. I'm going to come all the way to the back of the mat. My toes are together. I'm going to sit on my heels. I'm going to open up the knees a little bit. Here we go. And I'm going to bring the arms forward. Child's pose is a really nice pose because it's going to stretch your ankles. It's going to stretch your hips. It's going to relieve your low back. It's a nice low back stretch, and it's also a shoulder stretch. So there's a lot of components going on here. Very nice. I'm going to reach here, place my head. Now, notice how I come out of it. I'm going to come out of it tucking my chin so that my back starts to round. So I'm starting to go forward. And as I drop my hips, I'm going to start to look forward. The head is the last thing that moves looking forward. And then I bring it back. And what I do first is I start moving the head, tucking the chin, pushing back, and sitting back down. Again, notice how my head is the last thing that comes forward. And when I go back, the last thing is my hips coming to my heels. Good. You're going to come back and hold this cobra a little bit. You can choose to look to one side and the other. The thighs can be on the ground or up, more strengthening of the shoulders, or actually almost all the way down. Then you can come up here. Make sure here you're not crunching your cervicals. People tend to do that and that. Okay, so what I want you to think of is shoulders away from the ears and long neck. Good. Now I'm going to go into a tabletop position. This is when you might want to use your blocks. Hands on the blocks. And first move, looking forward, just like you would on your pop-up, you would bring right foot forward. And then you're going to play around and do both. You could also, if this is hard, make it higher even, okay? and forward, forward, boom, boom, or no block. All right, so first one, right leg is forward. I'm gonna do a little bit of ankle mobility here by bringing the knee past the ankle, but the heel stays on the floor. I'm just gonna move back and forth. I'm gonna hold it a little bit, hold it a little bit, back and forth here. And then I'm gonna bring the knee over the ankle. I'm gonna come up. Here, you might want to have the blocks more or less around here. Maybe, maybe not. From here, the belly's in. I'm stretching the back leg hip flexor. And I'm here. And now, right leg forward, left arm up. I'm gonna lean to the right. Maybe I need the block, maybe I don't. Maybe I reach the floor, maybe I don't. And then opposite side. Keep that knee over the ankle. And like I said, you can, move through if that feels good for you. You can keep moving, and you can also hold. Okay. Great. Now, from here, you're going to bring that left arm past and take a twist. Pause, pause, pause. Straighten. See, my chest is close to my thigh. Choose, keep that. And then I'm going to come up, place my hand on the outer knee. Good. And open up with my right arm, looking back. Good. Hands on the ground. Notice my foot is between my hands. Good. Left hand on the ground now. Right arm up. And back down. Right leg back. I would go into child again. Now, here you would go to the opposite side. Okay, you would do your left side, and then you would stay in child again, and then the next one we're going to do looks like this. I'm going to keep doing right leg forward. Two ways of getting into this one. One is from here, tabletop position, okay, right leg forward. See, notice how I'm placing my foot outside of my hands. So now the leg is a little wider. There's more of a hip stretch here, okay? Or from here, the knees are off the ground, plank, right leg forward, okay? Now, once I'm here, what I want you guys to think of, the knees down or up, is the bum starts to go down. Okay? And here, we either are here, back knee on the ground, or lifted, whichever's clever, whichever's better for you. This is called lizard. And now, right leg forward, elbow is going to try to make it to the ground. And you're going to move in and out here. Now, and then for the last one, open up. And I am not going to reach up. I'm actually going to open up and open sideways even. Good. From here, knee on the floor or not, right leg back, knees to the ground, child's pose, and then you would do the opposite side, okay? Before I do the flow and I tie it all together, I'm going to give you one little practice for your pop-up, okay? So right after you did the lunges with the variations and the lizard with the variations, you're going to do the pop-up practice. And it looks like this. Okay. It doesn't matter whether you pop up with the knees first and then up, okay? It might be that you want to practice both movements anyways, even if your pop-up goes all the way to the feet or if you go from your knees to your feet, okay? So, if you use your blocks underneath your hands, this is going to be way easier. So, I'm going to do it with the blocks just to show, and they can be as high as you want them, right? The blocks have 3 different heights. So I'm going to keep the lowest. Looking forward. So the pop-up, right, when you bring that foot forward, it's actually bringing the foot forward and sideways, right? Because we're kind of moving that hip to the side. So that's what I'm going to want you guys to think of. Now, when we teach people to pop up, we say opening up the door so that they can bring that leg forward. So you're going to practice that. You're here, opening up the door, boom. Boom. Now, do that for the other side, even if you're goofy or whatever you are, just because it's nice to do so. You want to be even on both sides. So we open up the door. Good. The other one you can practice is with blocks or without blocks. You're here. I call this the jump switch. You're going to bring right foot forward and then a little jump and switch. Looking forward, looking forward, looking forward. All right? Okay. So that was that. I'm going to tie it in and show you the flow, just what it looks like if I'm just moving through the moves without pausing, without holding any one. Okay? So I'm going to start in child's pose, remember? And I'm going to do one side. And that was that. So that feels really good. Now, birds are singing. It's a beautiful day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.
To find out more about Surf Simply's coaching courses, go to surfsimply.com.